Hello, welcome back. First off, I wanted to apologize for the previous video. I was attempting to try a different video method other than my iPhone, so I had the two filming at the same time and the DSLR did not work, but I did not realize that the position that I had a table lamp off to my left would create this horrible shadow effect. But as I looked at the video, I do believe most of the work took place here in the middle, and it should have been fine. Now, I didn't watch the entire video, but I did watch several minutes of it. So as long as I kept everything in the middle, it should have been fine. So my apologies. I'm back to using my iPhone until I find a different method. And the only reason I want to step away from my iPhone is that the videos eat up my storage horrendously. Okay, so let's move on. I am making something a little new this morning that I've not tried before. So first disclaimer. So let's get to the base page. It is measuring at 7 3/8 across, and it is 7 3/4 in its height. I am using this clock piece that is out of the chipboard. I have inked the edges because I don't like white edges, and I've popped it up. But on the underside, I have placed a magnet because I'm going to be placing the magnet here to help keep the top flap closed. And you'll see in a little bit why I need to do that. So then that would put this other magnet essentially here in position, but you're not going to see it because it's going to be covered by paper. What I am trying to create, and I think this might be messing things up, but we'll see, is I have taken some square pieces that measured 1 by 1, and I've cut them on the diagonal. There will be 4 that will go up here in the corner. And then I've taken some scrap paper and I have cut down in size to cover them. On the underside, I have taken 1/8 of an inch tape, and I have taped these two edges, leaving this one open. So the working intent here is, let me see if I've got something that, oh, this might work. I'd have to cut it in half. Hold on here. I'm trying to find something that will illustrate what I'm trying. So the intent is here is you're going to come up underneath here with the photo and you're going to tuck it under here. So these will fit roughly about a 3, about a 3, maybe a 3.5 photos. So once we get them done, you'll have to do your measurements, but you'll be tucking under that corner and then coming underneath here. You'll tuck under that corner and you'll come in underneath here. I have put these on pop-ups so that it's lifted up a little bit so that you can get them in here. Okay. So that is what I am working on. Get rid of that for now. So let's go ahead. I want to glue all these on. I want to get these all taped, and then I'm going to position that. off of there. So there's one. Now I've already inked my edges. Sorry, I had to step away for just a minute. I have my dog in here with me, and I have my door to my craft room open so that she can run around outside. Now, I don't mind her running around outside, but at 7:30 in the morning, I don't need her barking. So I have this little buzzer that annoys her to all get out when she gets going. So I buzzed her to get her to stop because she was starting. And if any of you have dogs and they're barkers, they start that sniff, snort, or at least she does, sniff, snort business. And I can tell that she's about ready to just let loose. Okay, so I'm going to come down here. I'm just going to kind of off-center about 1/8 of an inch off the edge. All right, now what I did is I used a centering ruler, and I found where my center was, and then I kind of drew some pencils here to mark where my center was. There's no sense in trying to make a mark here in the middle because you're going to cover it up. So I just made a couple of little pencil rounds, and I am going to remove one. And then I can just ever so slightly come over here and cover the other one. Let me put this back on. All right, now I am going to cut a 3.5 by 3.5 because I can always cut smaller. So if you come in, let's do it opposite. Come in here and you come up underneath here. Okay, so it looks like you're gonna be probably a 3 by 3. So let's try that. I want you to know what size you have to play with. I think you can get away with a 3.25 by 3.25. So a 3 by 3 will definitely fit. A 3.25 by 3.25 would give you a bigger picture platform, but then you can space them around, and this is your tuck and these are your corner tucks. So that is what my brain told me to work on and make. So there you go. So now we're going to work on our our inside panels. We have 4 of them. And I didn't ink them. They are going to measure at 4.25 by 3 3/4, and on the 4.25 length, you're going to score at 1/2, and you're going to do 4 of them. So while you're doing that, I'm going to quickly come in here and ink some edges. Because I forgot. I didn't do that on all of them. Doesn't take but just a little bit of time, but it's you guys know how to ink, so it's not something I want you to have to watch me do. Sometimes I'm not the most perfect at it. I hate white edges, that's why I do this. I just do not like them. But that doesn't mean you have to ink. You can totally bypass this. Now these pieces are all cut to fit. So let's start with this one. So these are going to come in here and they're going to sit We're going to come to the bottom. You're going to have roughly 1/4 of an inch in between them, and you're going to place all 4 all the way around. And again, line this right up across the bottom. Okay. So I've got this one on just a little crooked. I don't want to use undo to fix it, so I'm just going to fix my fold, I hope. I might have to take this off. All right. Okay, let's go ahead and let's get some paper on these. Make sure I'm putting it on in the right direction because one side's larger than the other. Okay, don't like that cut, so I am going to trim it down. Let me do this first. It was so late yesterday when I finished this up. Sometimes my eyes get so tired and cloudy I can't see measurements. I just realized something. Oh, never mind. I have the, oh shoot. I can get this off. No, golly, I put this on upside down because I was working the, those two don't matter. Well, it is what it is. I saw that the clock was upside down and I was thinking, well, I must have put it upside down, and then I realized I had turned this completely upside down, so I've got one of these on upside down. It is what it is. I can always cut a piece and go right over the top of it, if I so choose to. Easier if I turn it over because trying to burnish on that is because this is the same pattern as this. All of these, by the way, came out of my scraps except for this. This is a 12 by 12. I apologize for telling you that late, but I don't want this piece up next to this, so I am putting it on the outside. I didn't have a different scrap to play with. So this panel here gives you 4 here, 4 here, and then 4 on the outside. All right, now let's put on, and I hope my thought process works on this as to what I was thinking of doing. This is going to come up and over the bottom, and then we have a piece that's going to come up over on the top. So this bottom piece measures 4 3/8 by 7 3/8. You're going to score at a half, and you're going to score at 5/8. Louise, Louise, I'm fumbling here. What is wrong with me this morning? Not enough coffee. That's my excuse. Now I want to finish this so that I don't confuse myself. This is going to go here on the outside. This again is out of a 12 by 12. And then we have this piece, which is out of the 8 by 8s. It's going to go here on the bottom. All right. So let's, I need to put the other one on. Hold on just a second. Because of the magnet placement, I need to do this. All right, so this one's going to be 4 5/8 this way by 7 3/8 this way. And again, you're going to score it at a half, and then you're going to score it at 5/8. Here. Okay, so now, so I already have my magnet. So that's where that one's going to go. I'm hoping what I'm thinking I'm going to do here works. I really do. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and get these put in. The moons are going to go on that side. The other half with the owls is going to go on the top. And that's not the top. This is the top. It's on the inside. God, I can't see it with those flaps up there. All right, so now this is what we have. All right, so this is going to go here on the top, and the reverse side is going to go here on the bottom. Now, if my thought process works, I'm using Dr. Dreadful's Apothecary chipboard piece, and I'm going to glue him right here. And with the magnet holding this closed, this is going to get glued down. This should hold this bottom flap closed. And then I'm going to put this here as a tuck. Hold on here, I've got a couple of, oh, wait a minute. Something Wicked This Way Comes is what was going to go in here as a side tuck. And then the Curiosity, so you can make notes, was going to go up here. And then this piece here, I'm putting here as a tuck because it's the matching moons. And all I did was put tape here on this edge. So let's go ahead and get this glued down. Well, I got a gluey mess right there. And then I'm going to tape this one in place because of that magnet. I want to make sure these are going in the intended direction. Okay, I can't see the edge. Okay, now let's put this here as our gatekeeper. And I think I'm going to glue, I'm going to mark it with my thumbs. I'm just going to glue this portion right here. Probably should have taped it in case I needed to move it, but we'll see. Oh, for Pete's sake. And by the way, I mounted that on black cardstock so that when it flipped up, you weren't looking at the back of the chipboard piece. And I just traced around it. Okay. Oh, it worked! Yay! Okay, so if you wanted to use this as a tuck, because it'll come right up underneath of this, we're going to put this on the bottom. Right down here in this bottom corner so that it's as far away as possible so that you can come in here with something that you would want to tuck up underneath of this. So now I have this piece, and I think what I'm going to do is rather than put it here on the front, it's just too much with this, I think I'm going to put it here so that you have something that you can journal on with regards to whom, where, what, all that good stuff. Now to finish, I am going to run some black gems just this side of the chipboard piece, and I'm going to get out here, and then I'm going to cut off this last one. And I'll save that over here in case I need just one. And then we have this one. And then we'll cut off these last two. And then I'm going to run, oh, perfect. This along the top of this front bottom flap. Perfect. There, we have some bling. I put one of the bigger gems here. Oh, I'm trying to lift that up. And then we've got a different unique style of inserting some 3 or 3 by 1/4 photos in here. And then you've got these photo mats. So let's go ahead and let's get our tape and let's get it on the back, and we can put this in our album. Now there's not a whole lot of weight to this, but I am still going to put in some center support just so that it stays down on the page it's going to get attached to. All right, I'm just going to come right up to the edge, mindful of these two edges so that I'm not on lopsided. And then I'm going to press to commit the long straps. Close this back up. And then we're going to start to take the tape off the underside. Oh, come on. You're being a pickle. I've only got one more signature to go. And I think it will be, the last time I played with this collection, it's like the 3rd or 4th album I've made using this paper. Okay. And there we have it. We are done. Hooray. So we'll come back and we'll finish this up, and then we're going to fill in, find a paper collection and cut some 1/2-inch strips, and we're going to fill in the gussets here so that we can kind of get rid of all that black that sits in between the pages. So I'll see you then.